Yo, if y'all saw in the previous video, I don't know what order this is in, if y'all see the one I'm talking about or not. There's this young lady I follow on TikTok. This girl, she is a black high school student. She probably has to be no more than 15. And she debunks and squashes anything that a liberal, anti-Trump person could talk about. Anything that they're saying, Trump is doing this, she debunks it at about 15, 16 years old. And most adults can't even get on this level. Y'all listen to this. We're gonna do a couple of hers. Let's go.
They don't want to. We'll have court next time, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, she forgot to get to court.
Debunking rumors about Donald Trump abolishing the Department of Education. Let's break this into 3 categories: free lunch, special education, and grant. To start off, it is rumored students will be losing their free lunch. Free lunch is provided by the Department of Agriculture, not the Department of Education. So abolishing the Department of Education will not impact students' free lunch whatsoever. Let's move into talking about special education. Many parents are rightfully concerned about special education students losing their IEPs, but I'm here to tell you there's no need to be concerned. What President Donald Trump is doing is moving special education, IEPs, early intervention, and special education grants into a different department.
Treasury.
So it is being moved from the Department of Education to the Department of Human Services. It is not being abolished. It is not being removed. So, with this being said, removing the Department of Education will not affect special needs kids or their IEPs at all. Lastly, let's discuss grants. Many people are afraid that their grants are being taken away and that they'll have to pay for college out of pocket. But I'm here to tell you, federal grants are not being removed as the DOE is being removed. Federal grants are simply going to be moving from the Department of Education to the Department of Treasury. The grants will not be lost in any way, shape, or form. They will simply just be transferred from one department to another.
And also, the student loans are being moved from the Department of Education to the Small Business Administration. So by Trump doing that, there's going to be some massive benefits by him moving your student loans to the Small Business Administration, because a college is a business. So he's putting it on the business side. So watch all the benefits of that.
Specific grant that people are concerned about is the Health Education Assistance Loan. And I'm here to tell you guys that this loan is not being deleted or removed in any way, shape, or form. The loan is simply being transferred from the Department of Education to the Department of Treasury. So people who are using these grants for medicine, pharmacy, veterinary, and dentistry will still have access to these grants. They would just be ran by the Department of Treasury instead. This just goes to show that abolishing the Department of Education will not affect special needs kids, it would not affect free school lunch, and it would not affect grants, because all of these programs will simply just be moved from one department to another. That's all for today's video. Follow my channel to be informed on more political updates. Have a great day and stay educated. Hey guys,
Did we do this video
is
already?
Jasmine Crockett fit to be a congresswoman after statements like this?
It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not a criminal. It's a crime. It's not a crime.
I'm a high school student, and let's break this down. First off, Crockett claims it is not a crime to enter the U.S. illegally. For anyone who doesn't know the definition of a crime or illegal, I'll break it down to you. Definition of a crime is an act that violates the law and is punishable by the government. The definition of illegal is something that is forbidden by the law. So obviously, these two definitions go hand in hand.
Exactly.
You cannot have one without the other. You cannot have crime without illegal activities. And the activity would not be illegal if it wasn't a crime. Don't take my word for this. This is according to the Cornell Law School website. Title 8 of the U.S. Code, Section 1325 states, any alien who enters or attempts to enter the United States at any time or any place other than as designated by immigration officers shall be fined under Title 18 or imprisoned not more than 6 months or both. So, according to Cornell Law School, entering the United States illegally without being designated to by ICE or immigration is illegal and is punishable by the government. With this being said, people get prosecuted for coming into the United States illegally. The United States has programs such as Operation Streamline, which helps fast-track prosecute people who come into our country illegally.
What country can you enter in illegally and it not be a crime?
None.
Is there a country on the planet that allows its non-citizens to come over without going through the proper channels? Please tell me one, and don't make up no crap, because I know it's a lie.
And you're absolutely right. Just like right now, if a person say, you know, I'm gonna disappear to Mexico. Okay, there you might can get in, but watch when you try to leave. As a U.S. citizen, even as a U.S. citizen, you're gonna go through a little bit of hell going through the Mexican legal process before you can get to the border where they have to let you in. Like, it's not going to be smooth. And if you've been there for a very long time, first of all, if you've been there illegally, it's going to be hard on you anyway to do certain things. How you going to get your apartment? How you going to do this and that illegally? So nowhere where it's cool. Some places just don't have the manpower to handle it all, but nowhere is where it's acceptable.
People get in through the back door.
This only proves that this is treated as a crime. If this is simply not enough evidence for you, let's look at court cases. In cases like Gonzalez versus City of Peoria have confirmed that illegal entry is indeed a criminal act. Even local law enforcement can enforce this. So despite what Jasmine Crockett may have said on the news, entering the country, the United States of America, illegally is indeed a crime.
Come on.
Have a great day and stay educated.
Let's go, young lady.
When Obama and Biden cut waste, it's praised. But when Trump and Musk do it, suddenly it's destructive. I'm a high school student, and let's discuss the differences between Obama's U.S. digital services and Trump's Doge. Just to clarify, I have nothing against Obama. I think, honestly, he was a great representation of what America can be and should be about. People of any race and background being able to hold positions of power, especially as president. But people need to be fair in their judgment, and let's quit having fake outrage. First, let's talk about the different approaches to change. Obama took his time with small, gradual changes. Instead of trying to completely overhaul systems, he worked with Congress to change them. In comparison, Trump went for big and fast changes. He bypassed Congress to push for immediate fixes. And he used executive orders to get things done quickly. Secondly, let's talk about their focus on the workforce. Obama focused on trying to make the government jobs more efficient instead of completely cutting them off. He worked with people on improving their jobs instead of firing them. In comparison, Trump took a way more drastic approach with cutting people off and firing people who have unnecessary jobs. His goal was to cut 20,000 federal jobs to make the government more efficient. Obama worked closely with Congress to work back and forth on how to fix the government and get things done. In comparison, Trump didn't wait for Congress. He completely bypassed that and got things done as needed. While Obama focused on removing waste and cutting down on unnecessary programs, Trump went quick to slashing unnecessary programs to save money for the U.S. taxpayers. This only goes to show that presidents trying to cut down on federal spending to save taxpayer dollars is not a new concept. People need to stop having fake outrage when it comes to Trump and Elon Musk as if this is a new concept. This has been implemented by Obama in November of 2011. The only difference between Obama and Trump's approach is that Trump has a no BS approach. When Trump came back into office, he decided that he's done with the gentle parenting that the last administration tried. He realized that's not working for the country. What the country needs is somebody who's going to be straightforward and get things done.
And hit the hammer.
Honestly, very respectable. Here's a video of Obama first discussing his concept of Doge and how he was going to implement it.
Everyone knows that getting rid of the deficit will require some tough decisions. And that includes cutting back on billions of dollars in programs that a lot of people care about. But what should be easy is getting rid of the pointless waste and stupid spending that doesn't benefit anybody.
And you didn't do it at all.
Waste we should be getting rid of, even if we didn't have a deficit. Sure, some of these cuts aren't that big, but no amount of waste is acceptable. Not when it's your money. Not at a time when so many Americans are already cutting back. Just as families are living within their means, government should too. Did you know that the federal government pays for a website devoted to a folk music ensemble made up of forest rangers? They're called the Fiddlin' Foresters.
The Fiddlins?
How much?
I'll put their music on my iPod, but I'm not paying for their website.
This being said, have a great day and stay educated.
So that initial task was given to his VP, which did nothing and made it even worse when the VP became the doggone president.
Ain't that some crap? Yo,
Please.
You said this. You were VP was supposed to do it, but your VP didn't do it. And then when he got into office, he made damn sure he wasn't going to do it. That lets y'all know where the source a lot of these issues are coming from. It came from Obama, but then Biden still had his own agenda, and they just, gracefully ruined the country together.
Did Trump really legalize segregation?
Hold on. I'm gonna skip this. I think we covered this on the other video.
Tim Walz just declared war on Tesla. Does he even know how the economy works? I'm a high school student, and let's talk about it. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz recently made a joke last night about Tesla stocks decreasing to $225 a share, claiming that it gave him a little boost during the day. I wonder if Minnesota residents are feeling a little boost knowing that their pension is going down. Tim Walz making these jokes are extremely distasteful because Minnesota's public pension funds have significant funds in Tesla.
Duh.
If Tesla stocks decline, this can heavily affect the residents of Minnesota who rely on these pension funds. Minnesota holds over $1.6 million in Tesla shares in its public pension funds. These funds help pay retirement for state workers like firemen, police officers, and teachers.
Wow.
These are your average American people who cannot afford to make jokes about their pension fund decreasing. The value of Tesla stocks directly impacts the Minnesota public pension funds. As Tesla stocks go down, Minnesota's public pension funds will follow. As Tesla stocks increase, Minnesota's public pension funds will also follow. If it continues to drop, the fund can lose value, and this will directly harm the citizens of Minnesota who are depending on these pension funds. Tim Walz joking about Tesla stocks decreasing is extremely distasteful and irresponsible. Knowing that the citizens of your state's pension is on the line and you're making jokes about Tesla stocks decreasing is insane. People of Minnesota are most likely relying on this money for when they retire.
Yeah.
That Tim Walz thinks that this is jokes outlandish. This only shows how careless of a governor he is. Tim Walz, do better.
Do better.
Have a great day and stay educated. And if you enjoy my videos, make sure you follow my X at Standard Report, follow my Instagram at Standard Report, and subscribe to my YouTube channel with the same handle.
We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. Y'all see.
I'm gonna go ahead and follow her though, just so I don't forget. Standard
Young.
Report.
We're gonna do a couple more. Young, black, 15, maybe 16-year-old dismantles in a simplistic way with the liberal left and the lunatics over on that side, which are full-grown adults, ones that dig in their booty and wipe it on Tesla's cars, cannot process.
She got X too, don't she? Let me go back and follow her. I just really commend this young lady and
she crushing it.
Whoever her parents are, whoever her parents are, for instilling these values in her.
Let's
go
keep
ahead.
going.
Hey guys, I'm a high school student, and this user posted a pretty interesting post on X. It states, for some reason, when Biden was firing federal workers for refusing the vaccine, not one Democrat spoke up. But firing federal workers for wasting taxpayer money is the end of democracy as we know it, according to the Democrats. I wanted to open up a conversation. I'm wondering, does this post have any validity to it, or do you think he's just nitpicking at Biden? Comment down below. And if you guys have been enjoying my content, make sure to follow my X, Instagram, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, since I will be posting all my content onto those platforms. Have a great day.
That's what I show us.
Let's talk about some ways that DEI may be harmful. Hey guys, I'm a high school student, and let me tell you guys why DEI is harmful.
Let's go.
That DEI puts identity first. This means that less qualified people may get jobs over capable ones. This concerns people because they believe that less qualified people are skipping the line and being prioritized.
Right.
Instead of people who are actually qualified for the job, solely due to their race, gender, or any type of background. Critics worry that in fields like law or medicine, DEI may lower the standards and hurt performance. This is how DEI can be seen as beneficial. DEI helps fix barriers that have kept certain groups out of jobs and leadership positions. For example, majority of Supreme Court justices have been white male. The Supreme Court has been around since 1789, yet only 6 justices have been women, 3 being black, and 1 being Hispanic. And I'm sure that there are many qualified people since 1789 that can surely be a Supreme Court justice. So, believers in DEI believe that DEI can help open doors for people who are qualified into just places that are hard to get into. Another benefit to DEI is diverse groups tend to come up with better solutions to issues. No matter what gender, race, or age, this guarantees that different voices are heard. This leaves room for new ideas and opens up a whole new playing ground. in comparison to being stagnant with having only one type of demographic, which may all have similar ideas. Another benefit to DEI is diverse groups tend to come up with better solutions to issues. For example, Black women have the highest mortality rate when giving birth. So, when a Black woman is giving birth and she sees doctors that don't look like her, she might believe that they have a pre-connotated notion that Black women can endure more pain than white women. In contrast, if she has a Black woman as a doctor, this may relieve some nerves that she already has and makes her feel more safe. Now let's talk about how to meet in the middle for fairness. For example, focusing on a specific quota, like hiring 5 Black people, may require employers to lower their standards just to meet this goal. This is clearly an issue. What companies can do instead is opening up apprenticeships to help people gain the skills that they need to work these jobs. Secondly, let's focus on economic background. Let's focus on helping people who face financial issues instead of solely on race or gender. For example, giving a white male who seems to be privileged DEI opportunities open up positions to people no matter their socioeconomic background. This is important that people can get into the field that they desire. Because honestly, it isn't fair that someone should give up their dream just because they can't afford to pursue it. This will ensure that people coming from low-income backgrounds are able to find their ways into jobs so that these jobs aren't dominated by a single demographic. Let's also embrace all types of diversity. Let's not just focus on racial or gender diversity. Let's focus on diverse thoughts as well. For example, hiring younger people into a job that predominantly hires older people may encourage new thoughts and different ideas flowing. This promotes a new way of thinking and can just benefit everyone. Let's use DEI for good. Let's use it to create balanced approach and opportunities for everyone, as well as keeping merit as the top priority. Let us also use this to ensure that diversity can bring people together instead of pulling them apart. Have a great day and stay educated. Let's talk about some ways that DEI...
How you feel about that one?
So, I mean, I see she was giving the pros and the cons, which
Yeah.
makes sense, but I still like, the fact of why, it's how it can be, non-beneficial. I'm definitely, in support of merit.
Merit, yeah. A merit-based system I think is the way. Let's do one more.
Should we pit cultural identity at the mercy of inclusion? Right now, Conor McGregor is under fire for saying at the White House yesterday that the Irish should come first in Ireland. But is that not common sense? I'm a high school student, and let's talk about it. First, I'll insert the clips.
Our money is being spent on overseas issues that has nothing to do with the Irish people. The illegal immigration racket is running ravage on the country. There are rural towns in Ireland that have been overrun in one swoop, that have become a minority in one swoop. So issues need to be addressed, and the 40 million Irish Americans, as I said, need to hear this, because if not, there will be no place to come home and visit.
McGregor believes that Ireland is becoming too influenced by immigrants. He also believes that this is diluting Ireland's culture. He stated that the Irish people should come first in Ireland, which means making policies that have to do with the better good of the Irish people, promoting Irish culture, and keeping Ireland's best interest in mind. He believes that the Irish people should have more of a say in what is going on in the policies in their country, especially based on immigration. Many people, even myself, would argue that immigration is a good thing. And I'm not saying that we should completely shut out immigrants from every country. That's just impossible and unrealistic. What I am saying is that there should be limits. I don't think that McGregor is wrong as an Irish man to think that the Irish culture should be preserved. It's not about being closed off. It's about balance. Let's take Ireland out of the equation. Imagine going home to your home country maybe 10 or so years later, and you don't recognize anything. You don't recognize the language, the culture, everything that you once loved about your country and that is a part of your country's identity is no longer there. The saddest part is people who feel this way can't even speak about it freely without being called far right or white supremacist. The question I pose to you all is, when should there be a limit on diversity? Have a great day and stay educated.
Oh, that's a
Let's
good
go.
one. Yeah, that's a good one, and I agree. And that same thing with too. That's exactly what we're talking about right now here in this country.
Yes.
Americans should be a priority. We're the ones that's paying the freaking taxes over
Exactly.
here. We're the ones that's allowing it and making it where, other nationalities or cultures can come over here to be able to tap in and have a taste of capitalism.
I felt like when she was talking about that last one, she was talking about the Conor McGregor Ireland. That's how I feel about Atlanta. I'm not even gonna lie. I know it's on a small micro level, but Atlanta feels that way. Atlanta had a special essence, and then people migrated down there. Yo, what's up, New York, son? This Atlanta, B. And it's a lot of people that moved down there, and it kind of Atlanta has lost a lot of its original essence that nobody could put their finger on what it was, but there's this particular feeling about Atlanta it's always had. So I get what Conor McGregor because that's that same feeling probably on a macro level that changes a lot of, and you want to see you want it to get that feeling that you had when you were a kid when you come home, not feel like you went to a whole nother country.
And I mean, I think each country should keep that mindset, because that's what makes each country unique. It's its own special things that this particular region of the world has and offers, and the people celebrate these things, and this is their culture and their food. That's what makes each country special in its own way. So why wouldn't its own citizens come first versus outsiders? I think that should be period across the board.
So y'all, I really like the young lady. She is
Standard Report. That's her on social media.
Standard Report. Y'all pull this girl up. Show this to your friends. Show this to your black friends. For my Caucasian or whatever skin color that God gave you. Show this to your people that are talking crazy and think that they are. Let me tell you something. I'm still gonna go back to say this. It be white people that feeling victimized for black people. So feel like they're the victims. They need to feel vicariously the victimization for black people. No. Just show this to your black people, your friends. Show this to people that that are ignorant. That it's not just a few people, conservative people, black that don't agree with the status quo. There's 15-year-olds that disagree with the crowd.
Smart, that can think. She's thinking. Her parents obviously must be thinkers as well. However, there could be kids that think different from their parents and are voicing these things that are also educating their parents. So I don't know what the case is for her, but to me, it just would seem more idealistic that her parents think this way. But nevertheless, she's putting out some great content, and it definitely should make adults especially tap in to want to do some homework and dig. And plus, she's giving some great resources. So I
like how she'd be like, she kept saying, from the Department of Education to the Department of Agriculture. From the Department of Education.
Silly.
All right, y'all.
Don't forget, grab people. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button.
We'll be back on the 2 microphone system tomorrow.
Thank ya. Love you guys.
We'll see you in the next one.